and welcome back, YouTube. And I've only done one thing in between episodes, I believe, and that is I grabbed a couple of new nodes. I got some fire water nodes, and both have about 40 to 50 storage in them. So yeah, now in my house I have all of the nodes I require to charge my wands, so I just got to let these guys slowly refill, and then I can refill my wands. The next goal is to get, perfect nodes or solid nodes that are up to 100. So that's cool. There's that, and then next step is I want to set up my electrolyzers and centrifuges. So upstairs here, I think, is where I want to set up my centrifuges, and I think I'm going to set them up right here. In a fairly large line, like from right here all the way to the wall, and it's all just going to be centrifuges, because you need lots, and don't get me wrong, you need lots of centrifuges, and I'm not even kidding, guys. You'll even want to make 60, 70, 100 of these things at one point, but at the moment I don't have enough stuff here, and I am actually thinking that I might not use import buses or interfaces. I might use the precision export buses to make sure that just if I ever get what I'm electrolyzing or what I'm centrifuging specifically, then it'll automatically go into that machine and do it whenever it's in my system. So say for example, all this bauxite or grosler, I'm going to specifically tell it to send the grosler or bauxite into the electrolyzer here for titanium and aluminium. But the thing I want to electrolyze here is the rubies. Rubies are the one that I am really needing at the moment. So if I take this out and I want to craft 128, sure. I'm going to have it macerate 120 rubies for me so that I have the rubies for later. Alright, so let's set up these machines. I have in my inventory the electrolyzer and the centrifuge. I do not believe I showed you the crafting of the centrifuge, so let's go ahead and show that. It's a fairly easy machine. Just some steel casings, stainless steel plates, an automatic extractor, and a couple of advanced circuits. So it's a fairly easy machine. Just the stainless steel plates are the only thing that actually makes it cost anything. In fact, if I go over here, can I use anything? No, it's just specifically stainless steel. So make sure you have the ability to make lots of stainless steel, or you have lots of stainless steel on you. I'm fortunate enough that I got a lot of stainless steel because I found lots of manganese and chrome and whatnot in chests. So I was able to make my stainless steel pretty early here. I do have a little bit extra, but I'm going to need some more at some point. Right now I'm doing all the rest of my titanium in my blast furnace though, so as you can see, and it is taking quite a lot of time. With all those thermal generators now though, I am getting way more power than I can use down here. Wow, these are the only machines. The blast furnace is the only machine I'm running at the moment. But once I get my centrifuges running, we'll see how much power I can actually generate. Like I've said before, I'm going to have to upgrade these guys to MFSUs so that they store not only more power, but they don't have a chance on breaking, and I can stick some overclockers in these machines, especially the blast furnace and the grinder. I don't know. Can I stick over? Yeah, I can stick overclockers in most of these guys, so that'll be good. So let's get this set up. My electrolyzers, I want it to have right here. And the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to stick an MFE right here, facing the electrolyzer, and then in front of the MFE, I'll have the electrolyzer. So it's directly powering the electrolyzer with no cable. Now the electrolyzer is a 128 EU per tick machine, so it'll only accept one low tier transformer upgrade, but then you can upgrade it again for the 8000 per tick transformer upgrade. So now it can accept up to the AEU or ADSU or whatever the thing is, interdimensional storage unit, that thing, those things. So this is that. That is this, and as you can see, this is the interface. The interface requires cells, so it's a kind of an interesting machine. You can see some recipes here. You can either put cells and get stuff out of the cells, so the electrolyzed water, you can get compressed air and hydrogen, or you can put water in a cell and get electrolyzed water cell. Bone meal equals calcium cells, and you can get silicone from sand. So there are a lot of things you can do. Sapphire dust, not really needed. Emerald dust, you can get some aluminium, some silicone. Silicone is a huge part of Gregtech later on. At the moment, it's not very important. But as you can see, you're going to need lots of cells. So yeah, and cells everywhere, and that's going to be like a pretty big issue for me, I think, is keeping a good stockpile of cells, because if you remember, my cell recipe is 2 tin plates in the plate bending machine. Yeah, 2 tin plates. That's it's pretty crazy. I gotta admit here. And I also made a mistake here, guys, is that this interface here is not going to work. Or rather, it hasn't been working. The only way to make this guy work is if I were to put a couple of hoppers in between here. In fact, let's go ahead and do that before I get any further with this. I also want to store these guys and get some precision export buses. Give me a couple of those. Maybe. Oh, you're making circuits. Okay. While that's doing that, let's grab a couple of my hoppers here and break these guys up. So in order to continue your machinery here, in order to put multiple items or multiple interfaces onto an item, you require hoppers instead. I was thinking that it was these guys right here, just putting them on top of each other would work, but it doesn't work like that. So you need hoppers, and then you face the interfaces towards the hoppers. So anything that goes into my interfaces here will go into the hoppers. Unfortunately, that also means I have disconnected these guys here. So I'm going to require one piece of cable here to go up and connect these guys. So now my plates are safe, and if I were to request plates again, it would know how to make them now, instead of me needing to go and switch off what plates I need. What are you still making? Some quartz dust? Is it taking that long for quartz dust? Oh, because you're doing rubies. Okay, you know what? Put that down. Stick the rubies back in there. I definitely need some overclockers, or some more rather. So we're gonna have to fix my water and or my automated water issue next episode, I think, guys, so that I can start telling it to craft me cells. Alright, and while we are waiting for the ruby dust, let's hook up the machine here. How do I want to get my power? I think I'm just gonna run everything straight from underneath here. My first two cables are going to come up out of the ground here, and then they're just going to run straight across. And that's how it's going to work, I think. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Oh well. Oh, I did not mean to jump out of my hole either. So it looks like the closest cable I could run over here is this one for my power. And then I think both of these are kind of equal. They're both going to take two cables to get over the side. Can I just drop down? Yeah, I can just drop down from here and run across. Oh, there goes all the rest of my cables that I've been making crazy amounts of. You know what? I'm getting tired of super high jumping, so I'm just going to take off all my armor for now. Alright, so the industrial electrolyzer here. This is a pretty crazy machine. There are a couple ways that I'm going to have to do this. The first way is the bottom needs to be cells, and then I think the bottom needs to be cells, or maybe the left needs to be cells. No, the bottom needs to be cells. The left needs to be cells. The bottom needs to be what I'm inputting, and then the top needs to be what I want to take out of it. So every single one of these machines is going to require a one block gap in order to operate properly. And that also means that I'm going to need a cable there and a cable there. So I'm going to need two imports, which are going to be, or no, I'm going to need one import and then two precisions. Which hopefully this thing is done making my, what is that? Potions? What the heck? I'm going to take my two export buses and I'm going to stick them on my machine here. One there and one there. So now we see my machine is getting powered up, and we also see that I have the cables on here. I'm thinking it's fairly proper, and the only way to test this is if I were to take a ruby dust, say, from over here, and I also want a cell. Where is there's the ruby dust, and I want some cells. Craft me one cell for now. I only need one at the moment, because the machine can craft me cells later. Currently crafting one empty cell. That means it should be sending something to the plate bending. No. You should be sending 10 plates to the plate bending machine. Alright, maybe the hoppers are not working. course you would not place properly twice. That skeleton outside is starting to annoy me as well. So in order to remedy this, I could take all my machines and space them out and put my interfaces directly attached to the machines, I believe. That might not actually work because the input is only the top of the machine, so yeah, I don't know. I'll just probably, to remedy this, I'll just make another plate bending machine and another macerator, because my macerator, as you can see, is also full. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to make extra machines whenever I need the machines, right? So I'll figure out some way to make it better at one point, but for now we'll just go with simple is best, right? So one cell, craft it, crafting plates. Alright, so now I should have everything for my electrolyzer here, so I want it to tell, or I want to tell it that the left input is cells. And then put my cell in that slot and say that it needs to move and craft. And that should hopefully put cells into that slot. We're going to have to watch here. Yes, okay, good. And then the bottom is going to be move single items, and I'm going to put ruby dust in here, and it is going to automatically pull the ruby dust out and start crafting the chrome and aluminium dust that I require. Unfortunately, if I do it like this for ruby dust, it is going to pull all of my ruby dust out, and that means I won't be able to make energium or any of the stuff that I require. So I do not want to actually have it precision ruby dust. The ruby dust will have to be something that I do manually because it is used in recipes as well as what it's doing right now. And with the compressed air cells, I believe I can just extract it, and it will give me the cells back. So you're not actually wasting your cells here. Just give your extractor the cells, and it will get rid of them for you. See? And now I have my cells will be reused, and it probably won't have to, it'll still craft them until there's 64 in here, but it'll always keep about 64 cells in here. Now I believe this H2O meter here is that some recipes require water in it. I think. Maybe. I could be wrong. This could be for something entirely else. I don't really... There's only a couple of things I use the electrolyzer for. That's for the ruby dust, bauxite dust, and a couple of other dusts. And yeah, that's really all I use it for. Alright, so now that the electrolyzer has been set up, let's go ahead and start up the centrifuge next. So I'm going to set up the centrifuge right here. So I'm going to get that guy there, and then this guy here. And then the centrifuge is a low voltage machine. However, if I stick a couple of transformer upgrades, low transformer upgrades, and then a Gregtech transformer upgrade, it is now 8,000 EU per tick, or at 8,000 EU per tick. I'd like to keep all my machines at the highest transformer upgrade, because you never know if something might happen and you upgrade your machines and you forgot to transformer upgrade a machine and then you lose it. If it was one of these high-end Gregtech machines, like say the grinder, the blast furnace, or the vacuum freezer, where it required lots of really high quality resources, even the sawmill, which required that saw blade with stainless steel plates, you'd be pretty upset losing all that stuff. So yeah. Next up is the cabling. I believe I'm going to just run the cable straight up here, and this might be an issue. Maybe I'll run the cable up back through the wall. I think maybe I'll run this cable up is what I'll do. But this cable, which is already right here for me, and yes, I am using a pickaxe to mine dirt. Right up the back here, I'm going to run a EU cable. Right here. Oh, no, I went way too far. Right here. So this is all going to be EU cables. Unfortunately, I don't have any cables left because I've used them all. But we're pretty close. So the centrifuge, this is its interface. The interface is a little bit confusing here, guys. So there are several ways you can do this. I believe the bottom input is an input for I want to say like lava and any materials that you're going to put into it, and then the left or any of the side faces are output sides, and the top is for centrifuging cells, I believe. Or to add cells, rather, you put the cells in the top slot. And I believe that's how it works. Could be wrong. So, what am I gonna do here? What am I going to do? Maybe out the side here, I'll have the I'll have this cable run up through the floor as well. That way I can save the bottom of it for lava, because the centrifuges, I don't know if the first recipe was lava or not. No, it was not. It's lava cans. So the centrifuges, which is just as good as having lava, when you put lava into them, it will extract the lava into tin, copper, and electrum. as well as a tiny pile of tungsten dust. So this is why I said you're going to want like 50 or 60 of these guys, because you're going to want all of the centrifuges here, or most of them, extracting lava, because you get infinite tin, copper, and electrum, and then you never have to worry about combining for it again. There are several other recipes that in here that I like to do with my centrifuges, and one of them is the that's interesting. You could duplicate lava or apples in this with Tinker's Construct, because the Tinker's Construct golden apples only require 8 golden nuggets, I believe. So one gold ingot would turn into 7 gold ingots. Interesting. Mycelium gives you mushroom clay. Yeah, there's lots of recipes here. Plant balls, compressed plants, clay. There was one recipe in here in particular that I did want to use as well, so I'm going to click through here, and you guys are going to have to watch me, but I'm going to not talk because I have to click lots, and that's going to be annoying for you guys, so. That's interesting as well. You could use 4 sticky resin, and then 4 times 3 is 12. So you get 2 extra rubber if you centrifuge it rather than extract it. You'll also get some plant balls, which you could use for biogas fuel. Kind of interesting. Soul sand you can get coal dust and oil cells from. There's lava buckets. 8 buckets of lava. Wow. That's not very pleasant. I think lava itself, like source lava, is actually only like 1 tin and 1 copper. Because we saw that the other guy there had 16 lava capsules or lava cells in them. It was giving me that much resources because it was using the cells as well. It was consuming the cells. You don't actually get your cells back if you centrifuge it, I don't think. So. Okay, here it is. If you centrifuge glowstone, you get redstone and gold dust, as well as some helium. You can centrifuge the dark ashes that you get from the blast furnace into regular ashes for the biomes of plenty or forestry fertilizer. And then there's bauxite. You will get the titanium. That's actually not the right bauxite because this is the dirty bauxite, which I do not use or have, rather. Tetrahedrite, if I were to centrifuge it instead of to smelt it as it is, I would get more copper, more sulfur, a little bit of iron, and some antimony, but I don't really care, so I just smelted it and it gave me some copper. That's all I really cared about. Charcoal dust will give you that's dirty piles, don't care about that. Nichrome, that just that extracts the combination to make nichrome and crinome or whatever it is. I'm totally wrong here, but you guys know what I mean. You can put ashes to get carbon cells. Oh my god, there's so many recipes here. Lapis lazuli will give you pyrite, lazurite, sodalite, and there was one recipe in particular that I was looking for. That just allows you to get your copper and tin out of bronze if you overmake. Ender eye dust. That's interesting. Can extract rubber wood into carbon and methane cells, as well as lots of sticky. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. That's pretty intense there. I might just grow a lot of rubberwood trees just so I can chop them down and stick them in here. Yeah, I'm done looking through there. I could spend like 20 minutes looking through there. Probably already spent like 5 or 10 minutes wasting time looking through these recipes and these guys. So, for now, we're just going to deal with it. Why you no go? Not enough space. Oh, not enough ruby dust. All right. So, take my ruby dust back over here, stick it in here, because I don't want to waste, yeah. I want to keep a little bit of ruby dust around, and chrome and aluminium dust. So I want ore dusts, I believe. And I want to stick chrome in here, I believe. Or no, I already have chrome in here. I want... I want aluminium dust in this one. So now I can make aluminium and aluminium ingots, and I also have enough chrome to get my next machine block and finish off the industrial, or the vacuum freezer rather. So let's go ahead and pull that guy out of there and start doing up the chrome and refill that one, and put the last of my titanium back in here, because I don't really need to do it right now. It's fine. And like always with my air cells or my cells, stick them in here. Unfortunately, like I said, guys, I won't be able to run this guy for a while because I need lots of cables. But I do believe this is a time that I can wrap up the episode here, because I do not want to over record again. I've been recording way too much, way too long episodes, so I do have to apologize for recording the long episodes. I'm sure some of you like that, but there are some that do not like that, so yeah. I have been also trying to use my garden here as a kind of like a supplement for my requirement of iron and other materials. So I've been coming out here and harvesting it every once in a while. I've also been harvesting my creeper soul here for the gunpowder, like I mentioned way back when. So I have lots of gunpowder now, so I don't really have to worry about the industrial TNT too much. Yeah, so lots of that. The only thing I have to worry about is sand, because I run out of that fast, and then once it requires sand, it starts using up all my resources, like my macerator to macerate stone into sand. Anyway, guys, I think I'm done for now, and I'll make some cables, and I will get this set up to show you guys. I'm also going to have to run a lava pipe in here, but I'm not sure if I want it to start with lava, or if I want the last few machines to be with lava. Like with the electrolyzers down there, I'm probably going to have a 1 block gap in between every single one of these centrifuges, so probably only going to be able to fit like 12 or 15 or something. I would like to get a bunch of these guys set up right away, but I don't think I have the resources left to make any more stuff like that. Let's just check right fast. Not very much stainless steel. How about steel itself? Not very. Wow, my steel has gone down. and my iron is pretty bad. I'm in a pretty bad shape for iron and steel, guys. So I might have to go for some very serious mining in a bit here. I did make or I have been coke-coaling some steel up. Unfortunately, the coke coal is running dry here, so. So for every 1 ingot of steel, it will take 2 coke coal to make steel. So yeah. That's the thing. So I need to do some pretty serious mining. I'm also going to need to figure out some things that I want to make to allow me to have some resources easier. And I have a couple of ideas. For some infinite resources. And I'm going to have to go around and collect some of these guys for it. But that is going to be a later episode. I do first want to finish these the centrifuge here, and I'll show you guys that in the next episode. And then we can get on to some probably some MFR machines, because I want to get a little bit of like I said, some automation going with some resources, and I'll show you guys how that works you know, a couple episodes away from now. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the episode. I hope you enjoy what I do, and if you do, please drop me a like, a follow, or a comment. Very much appreciate it. I do really appreciate it, guys. It helps me quite a bit, and you know, it keeps me knowing that you guys are liking what I'm doing. So I do appreciate it, guys. And on that note, I will have to say goodbye, and thank you guys for watching.